What's up guys, how you doing? Welcome to another video. So today we're taking a look or trying to answer the question about is it okay to use third-party batteries in our cameras? It's a question which I see quite a bit. People are most likely trying to do it because they want to save money. The official Canon batteries are not cheap. And so sometimes seeking out a cheaper alternative is really tempting. But what are the dangers? Is it a good idea? Do they work? Several questions which I'm going to try and answer today. Before we get into the video, I'm going to ask you guys to do all the usual YouTube stuff for me. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below and let me know your opinion on this. That one's quite important for this because this really is quite a mixed opinion topic. So let me know what you think and let me know, have you used any third-party batteries? And if you have with success, which ones have you used? Now, this video was prompted by Neewer getting in touch with me and asking me if I would be interested to try out their third-party batteries. And that's what prompted me to think, is this a good idea? And I thought, well, you know what? Let's make a video and let's find out if it's a good idea. So Neewer did send me this set for free, but they have no control over what I say and certainly no control over what I think. Not a sponsored video. They're not paying me to talk about these, so I can share with you my actual thoughts and whatever I think, I'm going to say. So first of all, why would we want to use these Neewer batteries? What's the motivation? Well, the biggest reason is it's going to save us a ton of money. If you want to buy one of these official Canon batteries, now this is from my Canon R6. Specifically, this is one of the Canon LP E6NH batteries. Now you can buy one of these right now on Amazon and it will cost you £108.83. That's nearly £109 for one battery. No wonder people are looking for cheaper alternatives. Well, when we take a look at the Neewer, so first of all, it comes with a set. For that set, you get 3 of their batteries. So these are 3 of their replacements, and specifically they are called Replaces LP E6NH. So directly replacing the Canon version. And you get 3 of those batteries. You also get a little charger, which we'll talk about in a second. So first of all, the price. You can pick up that set with 3 of these and the charger for £71.49. £71.49 for 3. £109 for 1. So the equivalent set would be £330 for 3 of these, £71.50 for 3 of these. Straight away, there is a huge cost saving. So if these work and we don't have any problems with them, then this is going to be a really tempting option. As I said, the Neewer set also comes with the charger. This charger can be used to charge up to 3 of these batteries at the same time. They plug in kind of upright like that and you put them in there. They also have like a cool display on there where you can see where the batteries are charging, and this will plug into a micro USB or a USB-C. So you can use pretty much any standard. It does come with a cable with a regular USB-A on the other end of it, but you could plug it into like a phone charger or anything like that. Now, this is one of the big upsides of this kit, and I'm actually going to come back to that at the end. So first of all, let's compare the 2 batteries. Well, it's pretty easy to tell which is which. They look the same physically in shape, texture, weight, everything like that. But of course, the Canon one says Canon on it, and it has the little gold logo on that these new Canon, the new LP6NH versions have. And the Neewer version, on the top it just says Li ion battery pack, and then of course underneath it has the Neewer branding on compared to the Canon branding, and as I mentioned earlier, it says replaces LP E6NH. There's a load of other information on the back. The only thing which I did pick up on is the official Canon battery has 2,130 milliamp hours, so that's basically how much charge the battery can hold. The Neewer version has 250. So actually slightly more than the Canon version, and that's interesting because sometimes with third-party batteries, the thing that people complain about is that they run out of charge sooner, whereas this one actually holds a little more charge, so it'll be interesting to see how that compares. So what did I do to check out these batteries and try to decide if I felt they were safe? Well, I think it's important at this stage that I say there is no specific scientific test that I've done to clarify that. Are these any more or less likely to blow up or damage your camera or expand compared to the Canon version? Look, in all honesty, I can't guarantee that either way, but what I can share with you is the test that I ran for myself. The first thing I did was I charged them, and I put all three of these batteries into this charging pack and I charged them at the same time. All three of them into there, plugged in a regular USB-C charging cable on the back, and I charged these batteries up. The first thing I was looking for was whether or not the power pack or the batteries themselves got excessively hot. Before now I've used cheaper batteries in other things, not cameras, and that's one of the things I noticed. When they were charging, they got hot, and that made me a bit nervous. I thought, well, why would that be getting so hot? When your regular Canon batteries, when they charge, they don't get hot. Sometimes they might get slightly warm, but they don't get hot. There was no sign of that with the Neewer batteries, no excessive warmth at all. The bottom of the pack was slightly warm, but it was charging 3 batteries, and I felt like that was fairly normal. There was nothing specifically that made me think, oh, that makes me feel nervous or uncomfortable with it in any way. So that was the first thing which I thought was good to go. From that point on, I thought, you know what, the only way I can really do this is to give it a proper test run and go and use one of them in my camera. Well, I had the perfect opportunity. Yesterday, I was photographing a game at Wembley. It was the League Two playoff final. So I thought, you know what, for the first half of the game, I'm going to use my regular Canon battery. For the second half of the game, I'm going to grab one of these Neewer batteries and I'm going to use one of these, and we will see how they compare. So I cracked on for the first half and I used my Canon battery. I'm going to share a couple of photos from the first half with you right here just so you can see them. It doesn't really make any difference because we already kind of knew that the Canon battery was good to go. So at half time I switched over and I put in one of the Neewer batteries. The first thing which I checked was had it held its full charge. I charged them the night before, they'd sat overnight in my bag, and I went to put this in my camera. I was wondering if it might be that it's already discharged slightly, which you might get with a cheaper battery. The answer was no. Plugged it in, I had a full charge on the back screen of my camera, and it seemed like it was good to go. I cracked on and used it through the second half of the game. The things I was looking for were, number one, did the camera operate at full speed? Things like buffering and fast frame rates. Did I feel any kind of slow operation within the camera? And the answer was no, none whatsoever. It seemed to operate exactly the same as my Canon battery. The other thing I kept an eye out for was, did it get warm? I opened the bottom of the flap a couple of times and felt it to see if it was warm, see if the camera felt excessively warm, and again the answer was no. No difference whatsoever from using my Canon battery. The last thing I wanted to compare was how was the charge between the two. Well, look, this isn't a scientific comparison because, of course, when I'm shooting a game, I operate with 2 cameras. It could be that I used one or the other slightly more in the first half or the second half. But my simple comparison was, at half time, I had used up to 1 bar of battery, as in I had lost 1 bar of charge on my Canon battery at half time. By the end of the game, maybe no surprise here, I had lost 1 bar of charge on my Neewer battery. So a very simple comparison. They lasted pretty much the same amount of time so far. What I have not done, maybe someone else has done it out there on YouTube, I don't know. I haven't run them both just like the whole way through to exhaustion to see how long they last, but my simple tests include that they last for roughly the same amount of time. So, look, what's my summary? I would say that everything I've tested seems pretty good. There was no kind of things that panicked me, no warning signs, nothing about them being too hot, no sign of them expanding yet, but that's something that maybe would happen slightly longer term with a cheaper battery. They're powerful, they last just as long, the camera operates fine. So my experience has actually been really good. So do I think it's a good idea? Am I going to recommend these Neewer batteries to you? Well, you know what? Yeah, I am. Now, it comes with a few caveats. What I'm not going to say is that, yeah, it's totally fine to buy cheap batteries instead of the regular Canon batteries, because that isn't always going to be the case. And there certainly are some cheap versions of batteries out there which I wouldn't recommend, and I certainly wouldn't put them in my cameras. With Neewer, however, we get a known brand. And when I say known brand, look, it's not a big brand like Canon, but Neewer nowadays in the photography market is pretty solid. I have numerous products from them. My light is from them. One of my light stands is from them. Neewer do some pretty decent products. They're not like an unknown company that you go and find on eBay and buy their batteries. They're fairly trustworthy. They have some kind of a track record in the photography community. So the Neewer ones, for me, come with a little bit more trust. The real test will be over the course of the next few weeks and few months. And you know what? I'm going to take the risk for you guys and I will carry on using these. I will update you. I will let you know. The most likely place where I'm going to update people is going to be on like Twitter or on Instagram. So make sure you follow me on my Twitter or follow me over at my sports Instagram page if you're not already. That's probably where I'm going to put the update on how I'm getting on with these batteries. But I intend on using them fairly excessively and we'll see how they go. For me though, the biggest direct comparison is the price. If you want to buy one of these Canon batteries for over £110, well, you're going to spend 330 quid to get yourself the same setup as this. 3 batteries for 71.50. That's 4 times the price, more than 4 times the price. Not to mention, with the Neewer ones, you get this cool charger, which I really like. I haven't had a multiple battery charger before. I've got the old Canon one where you plug in one battery and you let it charge. This was really cool to have 3 batteries charging at the same time. I just put them on, left them for a couple of hours. They charged up. I didn't have to go back and, oh, hang on, swap that one to my next battery. And I found that really cool. So not only 4 times the price to buy the Canon ones, you also get this cool charger with the Neewer ones. So yeah, in summary, I'm absolutely going to recommend it. And the first link in the description below, at least the first link of the products in the description below, is going to be for this set of Neewer batteries so you can go and buy them for yourself. And on the subject of Amazon, they have like a 4.4 rating, review rating on Amazon right now, which again for me is always a good sign of a product. If it's got a load of good Amazon ratings, that normally suggests that it could be pretty good because people are brutal with Amazon ratings. So anyway, link is down there if you want to go check them out for yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. Make sure you comment below and let me know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. In the meantime, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next video.